This video explains the automatic follow-up feature for sending sequence messages. The purpose of setting up sequence messages is to enable users to receive automatic replies on our messenger. When a subscriber receives an automatic reply, clicking on a specific button allows us to add automatic follow-up information for that subscriber. It's important to note that the automatic follow-up messages must be sent within 24 hours. In other words, promotional follow-up messages can only be sent within 24 hours after the customer clicks the button. However, within this 24-hour timeframe, we can set up multiple follow-ups at different intervals, such as 30 minutes, 2 hours, 15 hours, and the final one within the last 23 hours, depending on our preferences. These follow-up contents can include customer testimonial videos, explanatory videos, customer review videos or images, etc. Additionally, if we haven't previously sent an introduction about the company, we can include the company introduction in the follow-up messages, as well as reminders like frequently asked questions, etc. Alternatively, we can directly provide our contact number and ask if the recipient has any other questions, encouraging them to contact us directly. These are just a few examples of what can be used as follow-up content. Now, let's proceed with the setup. In the Bot Manager section, select our fan page, and then in the Bot Builder section, click on Create New Flow to create our automatic reply process. Typically, we start by creating a simple text and button in the Start Bot flow. After entering the text and setting up the button, we can select New Postback to connect to a new set of reply flow. In the New Postback section, we can assign a title for our reference. Regarding the information after new sequence, we have the option to select the automatic reply information that we have previously set up or click on New Sequence to create a new follow-up sequence. After entering the sequence name, we can click Done. The purpose of the New Sequence section is to schedule the automatic follow-up to be sent at a specific hour after the recipient clicks the button. However, before setting up the new sequence, we need to provide reply content in the New Postback section, which will immediately appear when the recipient clicks on it. By clicking inside, we can set the content, such as simple text. This part represents the information that will be directly displayed when the recipient clicks the button. After that, we can proceed with setting up the new sequence. For example, we can click New Sequence and assign it a name for reference. If we need to select this sequence flow in another flow, we can choose it based on its name. The middle part can be temporarily ignored, and we can directly click Done. Then, in the Sequence Item section, double-click and select Promotional 24 hours on the right side. You will see a non-promotion option on the right for sending sequence messages exceeding 24 hours. However, it is generally discouraged to choose non-promotional, according to Facebook's regulations. Within 24 hours, we can only send promotional content. If we exceed 24 hours and send automatic reply messages, there is a possibility that our content will be reviewed. If Facebook determines that our sequence content does not comply with their guidelines, it may restrict the functionality of our messenger. Therefore, for safety reasons, we recommend using the 24-hour promotional option to send sequence messages within 24 hours. After selecting the desired time, we can assign a name to the postback reply for reference. Once the title is entered, we can start setting up the reply content. The setup process is similar to setting up a regular postback reply. By clicking inside, we can set the content, such as text, images, videos, audio, etc. In this case, I will choose a simple image and text. By clicking on the image, we can upload a photo, and in the button, we can select Create New Postback or choose from the existing ones. After clicking Done, the first sequence is complete. As you can see, there is another set of sequence items that allow you to create another sequence message after a different time interval. For example, if I set it to 1 hour for the first sequence, then I can set another sequence message to be sent after 5 hours. I can choose the promotional message option for the second sequence message, select the time, and create new postback reply content. Once the setup is complete, we can click the rearrange symbol in the top right corner, and the system will automatically arrange it neatly. In this manner, I have established 2 automated sequence replies. The system has automatically added a third sequence. If you don't need it, you can right-click and select Delete in the sequence item and New Postback sections. By clicking Save in this manner, you will be able to configure 2 different sets of automatic replies with distinct time intervals. If you wish to add more later, you can do so by clicking on New Sequence next here, then dragging a line and clicking on a blank space to add another sequence. Similarly, you can set the time here and click Next. Then choose New Postback to configure your reply content. If you want to continue adding, you can repeat the same steps to add a new sequence and set new reply content. As for this unused portion, I will delete it for now. Once everything is set up, we can return to the beginning of the flow and assign it a trigger keyword. This way, we can test it by clicking on the trigger keyword and connecting it. Set a trigger keyword, click Done, and then click Save again. Now, we can click on the name in the top right corner to access our fan page and test it. However, since it's usually recommended to perform a test first, I have set shorter times in the sequence item. For the first sequence item, I chose 5 minutes, and for the second set, I chose 15 minutes. This way, I will receive automatic follow-up messages within a short time. Once I confirm there are no errors, I can return here and choose the actual times, such as a few hours later. We need to ensure that we are using our personal account, not the fan page account. Now, I can switch to my personal account in the top right corner. Then, click on my fan page's messages and enter the keyword I just set. The first set of reply messages will appear, and Test and button here represent the initial automatic reply in the entire flow, which is the text and button. Next, if I click on this button, the system will automatically add a sequence tag to my profile. Now, I click on this button and receive this reply. This indicates that I have received the reply, and my profile has been added with the sequence tag. To confirm, I can go to the closing pilot, select my fan page in the subscriber manager, and locate my profile, which I used for testing. I click Action, and you will see the message sequence here, which includes the follow-up sequence we just set up. I named it Follow-up ABC for this new sequence. You can observe that my profile has added the Follow-up ABC sequence. Okay, since I set it to 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, I will receive this set of automatic follow-up messages. Now, the time has passed, and I have received the first set of automatic reply messages. If I click this button, the next set of replies will appear. Now, 15 minutes have passed, and I received the second set of sequence messages. If all the tests go well, you can return to the sequence item here and set the actual times, such as a few hours later. Then, you can delete this keyword in the keyword section. Essentially, your setup is complete. If you want to test again with the same profile, you can go back to your profile and delete the sequence tag. This way, the profile will not have any automatic reply sequence. You can click on Save Changes and then return to your fan page and enter the keyword again. Repeat the same steps and click this button. When we click on it, it will automatically add the sequence again. Now, I can go to my profile, and by clicking the 3 dots in the top right corner, then selecting Sync Subscriber Data, it will update the latest sequence tag on my profile. Now, you will see that my profile has added the sequence again. By repeating this process, I will receive the next sequence after 5 minutes or 15 minutes, as I set here. Finally, it's important to note that anyone who clicks the button will automatically join the sequence message if the button has the sequence setting configured, and they will receive all the sequence messages we have set, which means they will receive all the follow-up messages you set. If there are users you want to specifically stop sending follow-up messages to, currently, we can only manually delete the sequence tag from the subscriber's profile. The process is the same as before. In our subscriber manager, find the subscriber profile of the other person in the fan page. Click on it, and delete the message sequence. Click Save and that's it. If you don't want to manually remove the subscriber's profile and delete the sequence, there's another method. We can approach it from the content perspective. We can provide more general content information that can be received by our users, whether they have made a purchase or not. Alternatively, we can indicate below our content that if the recipient has already made a payment, they can ignore the above follow-up messages, etc. This way, we don't need to manually delete the sequence message. After having users click on the button that is attached to the sequence message, we can go to our bot manager and access the sequence message settings. Then, find the sequence we created in the list and click on 24 promo report. You will see how many people have received the automatically sent messages, such as the 5-minute and 15-minute settings, and how many messages they received. Alright, that concludes the tutorial video for the sequence message.